You know, the other day,
What's that?
listen, the other day I was sitting up in here, right? And just thinking, right? I have freedom, I have a lot of freedom.
Right.
I know in your case as well, you have freedom as well. But I was wondering, like, overall, right? People that do have freedom, does it make them miserable? When you have a lot of freedom, you need discipline with that freedom.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Absolute freedom requires absolute discipline, especially internal discipline. Because
Right.
with all that freedom,
Right.
if you're not disciplined, it could lead to chaos.
I agree. So yeah, you're right, man. If you have too much freedom, that can lead to chaos.
Listen,
I've seen it. I've seen it happen.
Listen, that means you have no one to answer to.
Right.
Right? So when you have no one to answer to, you only have yourself. Without that discipline in place, you're going to run amok.
So the question comes up is, do people really want freedom or do they just want better conditions? I believe that most people want better conditions. They don't want freedom. They want better conditions.
They want comfort.
Comfort, right.
They want comfort.
Right.
Yeah, because having freedom, right, requires, again, like I said, a lot of discipline. It comes with a lot of responsibility, and it comes with hard choices.
Right.
Comfort basically avoids all that. So when you're comfortable, right, you avoid the friction, you avoid making the hard choices. So with the comfort, you want to sit back, relax in a nice, tidy room.
Right.
Right, you want life to drift by. But with the freedom, now the freedom comes in, you do have to basically look yourself in the mirror because you're responsible. You answer to no one but yourself.
Right. So when we think about people who want to come in or leave the U.S. and they want to come here and move abroad, I get people who ask me all the time. They say, "Hey, I want to move to DR, but I don't know what to do. I mean, I need to figure out a way to make income," which is true. You need to have a way to make income. But what people don't realize is that if you're leaving your 9-to-5 job and you want to come to a place or you want to move abroad and work remotely, there's other responsibilities outside that are different from your 9-to-5 responsibilities.
Yes.
That you have to be able to have discipline
Yes.
in order to maintain.
Yes.
So people want entrepreneurship and they want to be entrepreneurs because you see people say, "Oh, I own my own business," or "I want my own business." But people don't understand that doesn't come with a predictable income either.
No.
So you have to determine, are you worthy of that type of lifestyle?
Because what happens with the 9-to-5, right? You're leaving the 9-to-5, it's structured.
Right.
Right. So basically, you have someone to answer to.
Right.
If it doesn't go right, you could always point the finger at your boss.
Right.
You could point the finger at you had a bad day.
Right.
But if you come in here, and you're coming here as an entrepreneur,
Right.
there's no one else to blame but yourself if your day doesn't go right.
Right.
If you don't produce, you're only going to answer to that man in the mirror.
Right. And most people don't really understand that they really need that structure.
A lot of people need that structure.
A lot of people need that structure, but they don't realize it. They think, "Oh, I can do it on my own." Nobody wakes me up and tells me to get to work. I have to wake myself up and I have to motivate myself to get up and go out or get up and do some work. So if you're not self-motivated, coming here and trying to build or be an entrepreneur is not going to work out.
It's not going to work. Because if you desire that freedom and you don't have that boundary set, your freedom basically becomes a trap.
Right.
And that'll lead to chaos as well.
And then it'll end up you returning back to the United States.
Back, exactly. I mean, you can basically look at your life there in the States and see how you're living.
Right.
Because if you come here, you're going to bring you with you.
Right.
There's one thing you can't run away from is yourself.
Right.
So you're going to bring whatever discipline that you have back in the States, you're going to come here and apply it.
Yeah, and that's a good point because if you want to test yourself to see if you can be able to be disciplined enough to have or be an entrepreneur or try to build something here, then you have to ask yourself, how disciplined are you at the job you're at now? And one thing I knew about me when I was working the 9-to-5 in corporate America, I was disciplined.
Right.
I would be there every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll stay to 6, 7 o'clock at night. I did that for years. You know what I'm saying? I was very disciplined in what I did. So for me, it wasn't something that I had to get used to or I had to train myself to do when I got here. I was just always self-motivated.
I mean, you can test yourself now if you're thinking about making a move, right? I mean, look at the thing that you like, that you like doing, say on the weekends and so forth, and put yourself to a test. Take a month off without doing it. See if you're disciplined enough, right? You have that internal fortitude, right? To not touch it, not do it.
You're doing that now.
I'm doing that now, folks. Listen, man, your boy ain't touching no drinks, no alcohol for 30 days. And I'm doing it because I like to test myself, right? I want to see how disciplined I am in maintaining, right, that frame of mind. So I took 30 days off. I'm on day 21 right now.
Day 21.
I like coffee. I think we spoke about that. I'll take 30 days from doing drinking coffee as well.
You ain't drinking coffee now?
No, well, I'm doing coffee,
Okay.
but I'm drinking coffee.
Right.
But again, because I like coffee,
Right.
maybe the next time it will be coffee. I'll stop for 30 days.
Gotcha.
Yeah, freedom basically means no one's coming to save you.
Nobody.
Nobody. No one to answer to but yourself.
Right.
You know,
Right.
if you're one to sleep in late, and if you're looking for comfort, then maybe you won't make that move.
Yeah,
Because if
stay
you're
where
looking
you
for,
at.
stay where you at. Because if you're looking to be comfortable, you're gonna sleep in late.
Right.
Right? You're gonna be basically a slave to your moods, a slave to your appetite, right? And then what's that gonna bring? It's not gonna bring you to the goal that, if you have a goal in mind, it won't bring you there.
Right. So you don't have any boss telling you what to do, as I mentioned before. There's no retirement roadmap. There's no type of structure in your life. Everything you're going to be faced with, you're going to have to figure it out on your own. And if, like I said, if you're not disciplined enough to do that, then it may not be something that you're ready to do.
You know, freedom also equates to a lot of choices.
Too many.
Too many choices.
We live in an era now where we got unlimited choices,
Unlimited.
and it creates so much anxiety amongst people. You go into the ice cream shop and you got Baskin Robbins, they got 31 flavors. How do you decide when you have so many endless choices? Even like when they sell you these cable packages, they tell you you get over 120 channels. Like, who in the hell is gonna watch 120 channels, man?
I mean, when you have all these choices to make, it leads to analysis paralysis.
Right.
It's too many choices, right? Nine times out of 10, you're going to be paralyzed, man,
Right.
because you have too many options in front of you.
And you end up not doing anything.
Exactly.
Anything at all.
I mean, with the freedom that's affordable to you here, you gotta basically narrow it down to what's important.
Right.
You know, too many options, right? Again, it just leaves you, with tunnel vision, right?
Right.
Which you do want if you have a certain thing in mind. But if you have too many options available to you, you're just going to be spinning around and you won't take action.
And this is for the guys when they come here, and women. It's endless options.
Endless
options.
Endless options.
And you see one, and then 10 minutes later you see another one.
Again, without the discipline, right?
Right.
Without the discipline, you'll get caught in that vortex.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you'll get caught in that vortex with just, back and forth with different women. And there's more to life than just that.
Right.
You know, even though you do have that many options, man, but you got to fix your mind and your thinking into something that's going to help you propel.
Because what happens is that you get stuck in this cycle of thinking that is always something else better.
Isn't that the truth?
Right.
Different, a better version. You know what? A lot of relationships are like that as well.
lot
man.
of them.
A lot of
They think
relationships.
the grass is
always
greener.
green on the other side. Is the thing, right? Women, women.
And it's mostly for women.
It's
Yeah,
women.
yeah.
Listen, man.
Men do it, but women.
Women do it more so.
right.
Because what it is, right? And I use the word average, right? And I use average. An average woman, right, can have an inbox filled globally from different dudes from all parts of the world, sending them direct messages, notifications, likes, right? So this leads to hyper-inflated expectation.
Right.
So they might have someone there, but because they've got all these different guys reaching out to them, and most of the attention, right? It's false. It's not real. It's not real.
It's sexual attention.
That's all it is.
It's not marriage attention.
No.
Or relationship attention.
Nah,
Yeah.
they get this validation, right?
Right.
And they think that they deserve more. They might have a good man, but nah, they want premium top shelf benefits, right? And won't bring value, peace, or reciprocity to the table, but they want the premium benefits.
Right.
And that's because all these choices,
Right.
all these different individuals from dating apps, from different social networks, reaching out and raining havoc in the dating market.
Right. So basically, at the end of the day, I guess we're saying that at some point you have to figure out what you want amongst all these choices. Find something that aligns with you, commit, and don't overthink it.
Commit.
Right.
Commit, that's the big word. I mean, commit to it. Again, with the commitment, that comes with discipline as well.
Right.
So if you want to make the choice of coming here, you definitely got to commit to that decision and see it through.
Right.
Here's another thing, too. With social media, do you think social media sells people a false representation of what freedom is?
Absolutely. You can get caught up in that. I think a lot of people get caught up in that social media bubble where they look at these influencers and they look at their lifestyle and they want to emulate that. Before I started getting into social media and I was living in Alabama, that's when I heard about like or start seeing these ads on, actually they wasn't even on YouTube, they were coming in my inbox saying, oh, work on the beach and stuff like that with your laptop.
Laptop lifestyle.
The laptop
right?
lifestyle.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was intrigued by that. You know, I'm like, you could really do that? You know, at that time, I'm thinking, what, 2005, 7, somewhere in there? It's like 2007 maybe in that area, where you seeing people work on the beach with their
Right.
laptop. And, you know, it's like, man, I would like to do that. So now, fast forward, that was just like an image of somebody taking a picture. Now you got people who actually got their phones out, they got their cameras, and they're actually taking a picture of themselves with their laptop. And you got to figure out, is this real? Right, is this real?
Is it real?
You know what I'm saying? I try not, in my content, portray that type of image. You know what I'm saying? I don't portray the image. You rarely see me at the beach. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Most of the time, I'm down on the Malecon if I'm recording a video, or I'm in my house. Or if I'm on my Instagram, I'm recording reels. So, and I'm at my house most of the time. But I don't take my laptop out and take a picture of me.
You're not giving a false representation of what life is down here.
I'm telling you exactly what my life is and how I live. I know a lot of people don't like it because I don't talk bad about DR. I don't show any bad things, but I'm just telling you what my life is. I don't get in trouble here, so I don't know why I need to show anything outside of what I do.
Facts.
So to answer your question, yes. Yes.
But here's the other thing too. You have on social media a lot of these so-called influencers, right? Showing the laptop lifestyle and working and being an entrepreneur, right? But again, it's basically you're selling a course.
Right.
You're not really gonna, in my opinion, what they say they're making. I don't. You're not gonna see that. It's more of a pyramid scheme, right? They, by you buying it, you're helping them, you know what I'm saying, get rich.
You know, the first person that's popped in my head was Ty Lopez.
Right. This guy, man, that's what I call a pyramid scheme.
He would pull up in Lamborghinis, show his house. I think he was one of the first ones that was doing it.
But he was selling himself and selling the course.
Right.
You know, but his lifestyle, all the stuff that he had was not his. The majority of it anyway.
Right.
I watched the video and they basically exposed him as a fraud. But that's it. This is what I'm saying, that most of that in social media, it's a false representation of what life is like or is.
When I think of freedom, I have freedom, but I tell you this, my freedom comes with uncertainty. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm gonna earn each and every month. I got an idea, but my income fluctuates.
Right.
You know, so it comes with uncertainty.
My freedom basically comes with discipline.
Right.
You know, with my freedom, I'm disciplined enough to know that I got to get up at a certain time every morning. This is what my day looks like, and I'm going to walk towards that, right? Freedom comes with the hard choices.
Right.
It's easy. If you have freedom, it's easy to do what you want, when you want, and how you want.
Right.
You sit all day and do nothing. But where's that going to get you, right? Again, I'm not looking to be comfortable. I'm looking to have freedom and apply my freedom in the best way possible.
Right. And also that freedom comes with isolation. A lot of times people don't talk about the fact, especially moving to another country, that there's going to sometimes you're just going to feel isolated because you're in like unfamiliar territory. And even though I have family here, you know, even friends like Pat, you know, sometimes you still can feel like you're isolated. You know what I'm saying? You're isolated.
You're on an island, basically. You know, I use that metaphor. You're on an island, and you're the only man on the island. Here's the biggest flex I find, right, in the modern era. Turning off your notification, right? Putting away the phone, staying in the silence, right? Moving like a ghost, and allowing your mind, right, to think.
Right.
In the silent.
Right.
That's the biggest flex. If you can put the phone down, turn off the notifications, move away from the algorithms, you have freedom.
I ain't flex like that yet.
If you can do that, because technology nowadays it controls the masses.
Especially if you use your social media to make money.
Right.
It's definitely hard because you can get caught up in the fact, well, I'm doing it because I'm trying to earn money.
Right.
But really sometimes you're just on it because it's just a habit.
It's a habit.
It's a habit. So you got to figure out, when it's not a habit and you're just actually scrolling.
And you know what too? That also can become a crutch.
Yep, that too. Right.
It's like a crutch. Right. It's like sometimes, if you go into a social setting, you'll have a drink to relax you, you know what I'm saying, to put you in that mood so you can socialize more. The phone also can be that crutch, and use that crutch when it's too quiet.
Right.
Right? When you feel a little bit uncomfortable, you're on your phone.
Right.
If you could put that down, stand up, or sit up, You good. But let me ask you this: would you trade some freedom for a wider sense of belonging?
When you say belonging, or you say belonging to?
Like a community, a group, because listen, when my thing is when a lot of freedom involved, right, discipline, and sometimes that's loneliness. That's because you're on your own, because you're disciplined, and maybe the group that you move with are not focused and driven like you are, and that basically you get alienated, right? Because that group that's moving is not, you're not drawn to that anymore, because now you're focused and you're driven.
I mean, that's kind of hard one, because I don't know, maybe that has a little nuance in it, because I agree, I wouldn't want to trade freedom or any of my freedom just to belong to anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think it also has some nuance in it, because if you do trade a little bit of freedom that allows you to belong to a community that brings value, then that's something different for me. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
You know what? A small portion of freedom. I have 3 pillars, right? That, for me, that's important in life, right? That's value, that's peace, and that's reciprocity.
Okay.
Right. So basically, if I'm going to trade a little bit of that freedom, those 3 have got to be met.
Right. Gotcha.
You got to bring value. You got to bring peace, and it's got to be reciprocal. So you got to have reciprocity.
Right.
So if I can find something that hugs those 3, I'll give a little bit of that freedom.
I agree.
I'll give a little bit of that freedom.
It has to bring value,
peace, and reciprocity. Those 3 pillars I try to live by, right? And that includes anything, right? Anything. A girlfriend, a friendship. If that person is not bringing value, and not bringing peace, and not bringing reciprocity, why do it? They got to meet you on an even playing field.
Because I know some people, they wouldn't sacrifice a little freedom for belonging. I see people who are sending me messages and they'll say, well, Jay, I want to move there, but my family lives here and I don't want to leave my family. Like my mom, my dad, and my uncles. It's like, but your life will be a little bit better if you were to move. Yeah. Based on what they're telling me now. I'm not saying that it would, but based on them saying, hey, I know I would enjoy being here, but I don't want to leave my family.
I see. My mind doesn't work that way.
Mine neither.
I couldn't even talk that way. I can't even. Nah, man. What? Nah, you're not an independent thinker, man. You're basing your life choices, man, on somebody else.
Right.
You can't do it.
So what do you think about people who say that?
To me, it's fearful. That's fear.
Yeah.
That's fear being disguised in the form of, you want to call it love, you want to call it dependency, whatever, but it's just basically fear.
Right.
Because if it's truly a passion, truly something that you want to do, you'll find a way to make it happen. And you won't be using excuses. I call it an excuse. If you want to do something, and it's something that that talks to you, to the spirit, how you want to say, I don't want to leave my parents? What are you, 5? Come on, man.
I mean, and then even with your kids, man, once they get old, they're going to leave you anyway.
Of course. Of course, man. Of course, man. And listen, I've got family back in the States, right? I've got family. I got sons. I got my pops, my stepmom, which is like a mom to me, I love them. I got grandkids. Listen. Nah, and everybody's happy for me. We make waves. We talk, video. I'll go out there, but now I'm not gonna use that, right, as a way to stop me from doing what I need to do. My dad would love for me to go back, but he understands.
My mom too,
yeah. But he understands. Like, yo, Dad, this is where I want to be. This is where I desire to be. He understands that.
Yep.
That's love. If you're telling me that your people won't let you do what you need to do because they want you around, that's not loving you, because love is free.
He probably won't get mad if I said this, but Thomas said the same thing one time, and he told me this. He said, when he was first talking about moving here, and he was like, man, my mom's there in California, and, I don't know what my kids, my kids are connected, have a real tight relationship with her, so it was going to be hard for him to make that move. When his mom realized how much he wanted to be here, what she told him?
She gave him blessings.
Yeah.
That's love.
Yeah. That's told him to go.
Listen, man. And Thomas is here, man.
Right. And
he's here
now. Right.
He pulled the trigger, That wasn't fair holding him back, because if it was, he'd still be using it as an excuse, man. He's here.
Right.
His brother did it.
Yeah.
But if it's love and you telling me that your people won't allow you to pursue your dream, then it's not love.
Absolutely.
It's selfishness.
Another thing people get caught up in is this idea of starting over, which is pretty pretty much true. If you move to another country, you're somehow starting over.
Facts. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, why not? You know, I mean, listen, you have one life to live, right? And life is all about change.
Right.
There's nothing concrete with life, man. We don't know what the next 10 minutes is going to bring. Right? I mean, change is the only constant in life. So why not? Why not make that change, right?
Did you ever feel starting over?
Nah. Nah, I be real. And I'm not saying that like bullshit, nah.
Do you feel like you're starting over now?
Fresh? Nah, no.
Me neither.
Nah, I think it's just a transition, man.
Right.
It's just a transition. I don't feel like I'm starting fresh, like it's a do-over.
Right.
I think it's just the next page, man.
Right.
I just flipped the page over.
Yeah.
You know?
Certain things feel like that to me, like you starting over, like especially learning language. Like,
Right.
You know,
I mean,
you feel like a baby, like I'm trying to learn the language. That piece of it, and just trying to understand how things work in that aspect.
for me, right, it's more of a challenge than anything else.
I would say that, right.
I see it as a challenge, and I never looked at it, you know, like you said, as starting over. It's a transition, right? It's life, man. I'm transitioning to a different part of me, of who I am, and this is the part of who this is me right now.
Right.
So it's just I just flipped the page over, you know, and here I am. I'm here, you know. It's just life, man. Just moving along, and this is your next page. That's it. You know, you writing a book, man, and you just flipped it over and you continue writing, man.
With everything we know now, would we do this again? For me, I would do it again because I see it as a challenge and I enjoy it. Typically, once we get around 40, not much changes from 40 on to the day you get called home. From your teens to your 20s to your 30s to your 40s, it's always changing between that.
Facts.
But once you get to 40, everything's just pretty much redundant. So for me, it's become a challenge for me that I love to face, to try to learn these things.
Listen, for me as well. And I give myself a round of applause. Listen, man, it's not many that can do what we're doing.
No, absolutely not.
Listen, I want to say we're top maybe 5% of individuals that would be willing to just leave everything behind and continue their life in a foreign country.
Right.
Right? Especially if they had an all right life back in the States. So I look at this as a challenge, and a challenge I wholeheartedly accept.
Right.
Because it sharpens me, right?
I think so.
It allows me to know that I can basically accomplish most things, right, that I put my mind to. So for me, being here, right, has proven to me what I already knew. Because I did it one time before, going from New York to Florida and having to continue life there. It's a continuation here. And I take pride in that. I take pride in it. It is a challenge, right? And it's a challenge that I welcome.
And I agree, man. Most people can't do this.
Nah.
They think they can do it. They see it. It's more to what you like you said. It's just what you see on a video. It's a snapshot of the moment of time.
Facts.
It's more to living over here than just that.
But you know what too? We are in the community, right? So where we are, English is hardly spoken.
Right.
Okay. I mean, you do have individuals, expats that live in a community, and they've built a community where they can speak English and not worry about really learning Spanish. Myself and Jay, we're in it. All right, we're in it. You might get a few folks who might, say hello and thank you, and you're like, oh, you're trying, and that's about it. But we're in it, and every day is a challenge.
Right. Every
day we meet that challenge, with a smile on our face because this is where we chose to be.
Right.
So we're in here in the community with the individuals, and it is a challenge, right? Because Spanish is not our first language,
Nope.
right? So we got to find a way to communicate, to maneuver, in this beautiful environment, and we've chosen to do it, and we're doing it.
Right.
And not many can do it. They probably come down here and go where they'll find a ton of Americans. We do have expats here, right? Brothers that we hang with, But even the brothers that we hang with, they're also in the community as well.
Right.
We don't live like, bundled together.
Right.
We're scattered.
Right.
But they're scattered within the community, living with the Dominicans.
Right.
Living within the culture.
Like you say, Thomas, he in Estate.
He in Aztec.
Right.
He's in the community.
Right.
But Thomas, his Spanish is damn good.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about him. Yeah. He's not a good example.
No. Thomas can flow. That boy can flow. But he's in the community,
Right.
So,
Right.
I mean, we're doing it, man, and we take pride in it. There's nothing wrong with us having pride in that. It's not an easy task.
Yeah.
If you could take a task that's not easy and meet it head on, why not? You don't need somebody else to come by and give you a pat in the back. Give it to yourself. What's wrong with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's not arrogance, man. It's not arrogance. It's just the fact that within, man, like, you're doing something that's not easy to do, but you're doing it, with grace.
Well, let's kind of close this out.
Okay.
Let's imagine two people, person A and person B. Person A has strong freedom and no purpose. Then you have person B who has less freedom and a strong purpose. Who's happier?
I think the freedom, because
The one with more freedom and no purpose?
you see, here's where I
But I'm trying to be clear. Is that the one you...
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. We all have purpose, right?
No, but this guy doesn't have purpose.
No. Purpose is something that's internal, right? So, I mean,
He's adding stuff to it, man.
No, folks. Listen. I get what he's saying. I'm saying, right? Purpose can be something internal, right? If you take the definition of purpose, you want to apply it to, like, you have a purpose of maybe creating a business, or your purpose is to, you want to be the best photographer and so forth. Yes, but also your purpose can just be a human, just being. That's a sense of purpose, right? If you can, again, I go back, right? You can find purpose in just being silent. That could be your purpose. Every day I want to become more into me, right? Find out more of who I am, my purpose, right? And it might not be obvious, right, to people around me. They might not say, "Oh, he ain't doing nothing," but no, I'm moving in silence, right? I'm trying to draw a relationship, right, with my higher self, and that could be my sense of purpose. But the people around me don't see it because, he's not trying to create a business. He's not trying to do that. Mm-hmm. So I say, if I have the freedom, right, with the freedom comes a discipline. If I'm disciplined enough to sit in the silence, right, move like a ghost, and be aware enough to use my thinking capabilities, I have purpose. Yeah.
So you say person A.
I said person A because, I'm saying with the freedom, you have the discipline.
He added a whole lot of stuff to person
listen,
A.
folks, I'm giving my definition. Okay, let me hear what you got to say.
I say less freedom, more purpose. I think that person is happy.
Less freedom, more purpose. Tell me why.
I think purpose matters. Because I think what we said no purpose. Mm-hmm. So if we're saying no purpose, then that means you just existing.
But again, I guess the distinction between what I'm saying, what you're saying, is that the purpose does matter, but the freedom for me is more, because you can have purpose. You can have purpose in just moving in silence, trying to make connection with your higher self. I know your purpose is more like being on the creative side.
But I consider myself B, because I do have less freedom, but I got more purpose. I have less freedom because there's still things I have to do. Mm-hmm. It's still things I got to get up and I got to commit to doing. It's not like I could just go out here and I could do whatever I want to do all day long. I just can't do that. So I don't have that. I don't have a whole lot of because I don't want to confuse people, because they say, one video you say you got freedom. I do have freedom. I mean, I can do whatever I want when I want to do it. But what I'm saying is I can't just not do anything all day long, every day of the week. So I do, if we're looking at it from that standpoint, then I think I'm person B. I got less freedom and more purpose.
I'll take the freedom, and then with the freedom, that allow me to pursue any purpose that I desire. Give me the freedom first.
Okay. And you know what? I would probably say that's the life you live right now.
Yeah.
No, because you have more freedom right now.
Mm-hmm.
versus what I do. You don't have to do what I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can get up and do whatever you want to do all day long.
All day long.
All day long. So you have more freedom. I wouldn't say you don't have no purpose, because you do. You have a purpose, but that purpose is not accented as much as your freedom. I can see your freedom more so than I can see your purpose.
Right.
Because that's what shines. But when you look at me, you see more of my purpose than you see my freedom.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always running around doing what I got to do. So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that's the pathway we're on right now.
Right.
Tomorrow it might change.
Right.
Right. Well, right now, the freedom is numero uno for me right now. I do have purpose.
Right.
But
I see what you're saying.
My freedom right now, you know what I'm saying, surpasses that.
That makes
sense.
sense.
And then tomorrow, it'll be you with all the freedom, and me with more purpose driven. You know.
That's probably why we got in this podcast, so you get more purpose.
But listen, man, folks. I do have purpose, man. But it's the freedom that drives that, right? Mm-hmm. For me to basically say, you know what, today I want to focus on this and be able to do that.
Right.
You know.
That makes sense. So let me ask you, what have you sacrificed to gain freedom?
Ooh, good question.
I know you said in front of all them family dollars.
Yo, that's real. Sacrifice family, right? Being close to family. Left the known for the unknown. Right? Sacrifice that.
One.
Yeah, that's a big one. That was a known. I left that, sacrifice that to be here. Sacrifice from being close with the family, which I just said. Mm-hmm. My life as I knew it at that moment.
Right.
In Tampa, sacrificed it, blew it up for this.
Right. Your house,
everything.
Everything.
Bang.
No.
Everything. I think you and I said that, right? We go back, we're not going back to anything. Right. So I sacrificed that for this, for a new beginning.
Okay. And what part of freedom surprised you the most?
The ability to do, right, what you want, when you want, and how you want it. Basically, I think we stated this, during our conversation, that you only answer to yourself.
Right.
Right? And again, I'm going to go back to that. If you're not disciplined, you're going to run amok.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be chaotic. Because, again, you're going to be able to do what you want when you want. Mm-hmm. So that surprised me quite a bit. But because you can do what you want when you want, doesn't mean you should. No, folks. Hell to the no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that surprised me a lot with freedom. Just the sheer amount of time.
Right.
I mean, I guess that's what freedom is, the ability to control your own time.
Right.
And so if, again, I hate to, hammer this, but again, if you're not disciplined with it, you can use that time for negativity. Because, you got to keep your mind sharp, right? Idle mind is the devil's playground.
Right. I know I was asking you that, but I'll just say this real quick is that, being able to control your time, man, I can't even put it in words to people, man. I just can't.
Facts.
I can't. We can say, hey, let's go to Punta Cana on a Tuesday or Thursday. It's like, it doesn't matter. We could do whatever we want to do with our time, man. It's it's.
That's real talk.
I can't even explain it.
That's real. Let me tell you. I just go back. I've always wanted the freedom, right? And I used to work in a cubicle, right? Selling insurance and so forth, and I hated it. Right. I hated the confinement, man. I hated the lack of freedom, man. And then I transitioned to selling insurance outside. We spoke about that as well. And that was a lot of freedom. Yeah. That gave me a lot of freedom. But then it wasn't this type of freedom. Right? It wasn't this type of freedom. And so it's always been like, a transition, a turning of the page. So I'm here where, like you said, if we want to go to Punta Cana tomorrow, shit, we can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because here's the beauty too, man. Here's the beauty too of what he does. Basically, he's decentralized, right? He doesn't need to be in a specific region. He doesn't need to be in a specific community or an office, right? Basically, he's global. If he's got Wi-Fi and a laptop, he's earning it. Right. You feel me? So that's the beauty about it.
I was thinking about when I went home to Alabama, it was like, I just picked up and I went to Alabama. I didn't even think about it.
Like nobody, you ain't asked for the sick time. And listen, we've all been there. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not
trying to bash it.
No, hell no.
I did it for 20 years,
listen.
So I done paid my dues on that, bro.
I have paid my dues as well, folks. So please be mindful. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying, make light of it. We're just saying that, you know, you don't have to.
Right.
You don't have to. You reach a stage, you know, like, you not want to go to Alabama like you did, and you just buy your ticket.
Right. So those are our thoughts on is freedom making people miserable. I don't know if we came up with an answer to it,
right.
But we did lay out some things that, you know, give people something to think about. But I would say that maybe, I don't know if it's 50-50, because I do think freedom makes a lot of people miserable versus freedom who make certain type of people not miserable, because, I mean, it doesn't make me miserable.
Now, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people love structure, right? They love structure. They feel comfortable within that, right? And they don't want to be outside of that. And there's nothing wrong. That's your personality type, and I can't bash that, right? If that works for you, that's good, you know. But for us, you know, we just, you know, move a little bit differently, and for us, this works.
So let us know in the comment section below if freedom makes you miserable,
right? Or
if you need structure in your life. Until then, guys, we'll see you in the next video.
Peace.
Yeah. Life looks different from here. Yeah. Different view, different road. Different dreams than the ones we were told. Left some things behind. Found a little peace of mind. From the balcony, we see it clear. Life looks different from here. Balcony Boyz, yeah. Life looks different from here.